Hey, how's it going, guys? It's EK here, and today, welcome to my personal top 10 2015 GTA 5 DLC cars. Now, I'm aware that you guys will have your own opinion, and as I said, this is my own list. It's not official in any way. So yeah, I thought may as well make one of these, considering the fact that it is coming to the end of 2015. Only a couple of days now, guys, until 2016. It's going to be an amazing year with all the brand new rumours about a single player DLC for GTA 5, and that means more cars. Yay! You can't be disappointed about that. More cars. Woohoo! So this is going to be a celebratory video, guys, showing you my favourite cars of the year from all of the DLCs. I cannot wait to show you. Let me know yours in the comments, as I said below. But for now, let's get fired straight into this. Number 10. So first up on the list is the amazing Declasse Moonbeam Lowrider version. Now, the standard version of the Moonbeam is okay, but when this was introduced, holy moly, everyone went crazy over it. It just stands out from the rest of the crowd. It has some amazing customization with the hydraulics, the graphics, etc, etc, etc. There's speakers and everything in it, as you can see here on the doors. It's incredible. It's basically a concert on wheels, or like a stage on wheels. It's fantastic. All of the speakers in the back seats there, and the slidey doors. That is a really cool touch, and we've not really seen many of them in GTA before. It's a really cool looking car. There's the massive speakers in the background there. I mean, the bass on this thing, Jesus Christ, it's probably going to have more bass than the Hills by the Weekend, man. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy, but it's just one of the most fun vehicles in this game, just to drive around and stuff. As you can see here, we're having some fun with the hydraulics, just spinning it from side to side, bouncing it around, and the amount of height you can get from the actual back bouncing of the hydraulics is insane. You can climb basically, you know the Hummer? I think it's the Patriot or something. You can climb onto the bonnet with this thing. Seriously, you can get the front end up on the bonnet with it. It's mental, absolutely mental. So yeah, that was the Declasse Moonbeam, guys, at number 10. Moving on to number 9. Number 9. Now, I know this might be a shocker to some, but at number 9 is the Pegassi Osiris, aka the Pagani Huayra, kind of mixed with a LaFerrari at the front as well. But I know you might be thinking, why is it at number 9? Because this is one of the best supercars in the game. It's just that, I mean, I loved it when it first came out, right? But there's been so many other new cars that have come into the game, which in my personal opinion is a bit better than this thing. As I said, it's still a great car. It looks fantastic. It has gull wing doors, which I went mental about when it actually came out. And it's actually based on a Pagani Huayra, as I said, mixed with a LaFerrari. So that automatically makes it cool. Or if you're fans of Top Gear, it is the Pagani Huayra. It's pretty fast as well. It has a top speed of 230 miles an hour in the game. 750 horsepower from a 6-litre V12 also. And it does great burnouts, as you can plainly see there. But the thing is, this thing is all-wheel drive. Now, in real life, the Pagani Huayra and the LaFerrari are pure rear-wheel drive thoroughbred hypercars. They are insane, and they're personally two of my favourite hypercars. So to have the combined version in GTA, which is very freaking awesome, that is good. The customization is also very good for this car as well, although I kind of kept mine clean, as you can plainly see here. Kind of like a ice blue, like a nice ice sky blue. But the rims, it suits it very well. I tried to replicate the actual Huayra rims in the game, but many of you said they were the wrong rims, but I like it. My style, man. My style. But overall, it's a fantastic car, and yeah, it looks gorgeous, especially in this sunlight. Moving on to the next car. Number 8. Rockstar, you done good. You done very good with this one. This is the Imponte Nightshade. Now, when I seen this in the Executives and Other Criminals DLC trailer, you could have probably heard me from China screaming like a little girl, because I love classic Chevrolet Camaros, and this Oh my god, it is Bumblebee. It is just Bumblebee now. I know there's no black stripes on it or anything, guys. I wanted to keep it like pure yellow, and it does look a lot cleaner like that. But it's Bumblebee to my eyes. It is insane. I love it. Love it to bits. It's definitely one of the most unique looking cars in the game, with the big flared wheel arches and just the overall stance of this thing is so low, so mean looking, and the ducktail spoiler just fits it perfectly as well. There's a lot of great customization for this. And yes, I did put high-end rims on this, but as I've always said, everyone is their own individual person, everyone has their own individual taste, so don't hate on anyone really. You like what you like, and I like putting high-end rims on a Camaro. So yeah, anyway, moving on to the actual kind of main good things about this car. Obviously the looks, the handling is pretty decent for an American car, well, an old 60s American car. It's good for drifting. As you can see, I've had some fun sliding around the Los Santos shop there and cockatoos. Also, it is great for cruising. If you want to just like cruise down the beach and stuff, or just to head up to Palito Bay along the coast, then I recommend you checking this car out, because just stick some tunes on like Florida Georgia Line if you're into country, or any sort of like blooming music that you like. Stick it on and this car will make it a good time. Moving on to number 7. Number 7. Here we have another car from the Executives and Other Criminals DLC. It is the Bravado Verlier. I'm pretty sure that is how you pronounce it. But yeah, this thing is based on the TVR Sagaris mixed with the Weissman MF5 in real life. And I've got to say, just like the Camaro that came before this, it is one of the most unique looking cars in this game. Kind of like a retro styling, but still with a modern touch in there as well. That is kind of like TVR and Weissman combined anyway. And it also reminds me of a Morgan Aero 8, something like that. So if you don't know what that looks like, guys, it's worth a Google. It's worth a Google, so put it in Google and you'll definitely see it. It's basically a cross-eyed car. You might have seen it on Top Gear. But yeah, this thing has a crazy exhaust note. I love it to bits. It's got a 3.8 litre V8 engine with only 240 horsepower. That's quite a low amount from a 3.8 litre V8, and it has a top speed of 160 miles an hour in the game. But as I was saying about the exhaust, it crackles and bangs like nothing else on the overrun. It really does remind me of my favourite car in the whole wide world, the Jaguar V6 S F-Type. I mean, it's just, whoa, I can't describe the exhaust note. It is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. This thing is great for anything. You can take it racing, you can take it drifting, you can take it cruising. Me personally, I like to drive it fast, like racing style and that. But it's good for drifting as well. I have flung it around the airport a few times and it is major fun. Also, the colours of this car. Nearly every single colour, apart from brown, suits it. I've got mine in like a lime green colour, which I've actually not unlocked yet. It came with the car, so I'm glad they done that. Stands out. It's kind of like the Hulk's sports car. If he drove a sports car, this is what the Hulk would be driving. But the customization as well is great. I've got to put hats off to Rockstar for this. The big fat exhaust pipes, an actual spoiler on the back, and you can tint the freaking lights, man. You can tint the lights along with the windows, and also you can paint the brake calipers. I would love for this to be an option for every single car in the game. If it was like windows and then lights options, if you know what I mean. Even if they could put that into the lights, you know, where the xenon lights are, and there'll be an option for tinted. So if Rockstar's watching, there's a little idea for you. I know you come from Scotland as well, so hook me up man. But anyway, moving on to number 6. Number 6. So we all know what this is, guys. This just came into the game in the Executives and Other Criminals DLC, and it's already became somewhat of a legend in the GTA racing scene, because this is the Benefactor Shafter V12, aka the Progen T20 beater or killer, because as you've seen in many other videos on YouTube, this thing dominates it. Seriously, if you get a long enough straightaway, it actually has a higher top speed. So it's bonkers, absolutely bonkers, this thing, and I love it to bits. So yeah, it's basically the ultimate sleeper car in my opinion. Now, I know Benefactor are quite a posh brand in GTA. I know they are kind of like the Mercedes equivalent of GTA, but you've got to admit, for like a 4-door saloon, it is mental, absolutely mental. Big V12, 6-litre V12 in fact, stuffed right under the bonnet. There's 650 horsepower, I'll repeat that, 650 horsepower and 190 miles an hour top speed, 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. Even though it says 190 miles an hour, it still seems to be faster than the Progen T20, which is a top speed of 220. So yeah, it's kind of weird on that front. But yeah, apart from that, it is great for drifting. This thing, oh my god, you should not be able to do that with this, considering the weight of it and just the overall like body type of it. But you can do it. It is very, very cool. Absolutely very, very cool. I know you can get big 4-door saloons sideways in real life. For example, the BMW M5 and the Mercedes E63 AMG on which this is based. But in the game, you don't normally see these getting sideways. So very, very cool car. But one of the best things, apart from the customization, which is great, it's the noise. It is the noise, man. It's like Rockstar actually went to AMG and went, alright mate, do you mind giving us an actual proper sound from that AMG exhaust please for our game? That'd be fantastic. They'll really appreciate it. And I think they have done that because it sounds basically identical to a real life AMG. So big props to Rockstar for that. It is mental, absolutely mental for this. I love the customization, as it just says there. You can get many cool rim combinations with this. And it has a ducktail spoiler, kind of like a fitted spoiler, that's what I mean. Gorgeous, gorgeous thing. So yeah, definitely one of the surprises from 2015 for me. Number 5. Next up is one of the overall best sports classic cars in the game, if not the best. It is the Benefactor Sterling GT, yet another car from the Mercedes branded car company in GTA 5. It is, oh, man, it's beautiful. It is a very, very, very good looking car, as you can plainly see here with this little walk around. And oh my god, when this first came out, everyone loved it. Every single person loved it, and I've hardly heard any negative press about it, especially on YouTube. Everyone loves it for going racing. Everyone loves just staring at the thing. I mean, it's a Mercedes 300 SLR or a 300 SL Gullwing. It is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. It's got a lot of classic lines, like it's very, very resemblant, I mean, to the Mercedes 300 SL. I love it. Really, really good looking car. And the other great thing about this is the exhaust note. Just like the Bravado Verlier, it has a very 60s and 50s style of exhaust. It's that proper crackle and bang which I love on the Overland one. It's, oh, it's insane. Just that proper like that. It's a bit like Spitfire. It's a bit like a Spitfire, but the best thing about this car is the drifting. I know it's a very, very good car to race, right? But the best thing is doing donuts and just sliding this thing around like Ken Block. It is mental, absolutely mental. I didn't want to say batshit crazy there, but it is absolutely crazy. It's quite expensive. It is quite expensive, but I think anyone would forgive the price for this thing. It is well worth the money. I've spent a lot of my time in this car just cruising around, and it's very likeable. It is very, very likeable. It just has that sort of character to it. It's just a really, really likeable car. Anyway, moving on to number 4. Number 4. Now, as you can see here, number 4 is the Coil Brawler. One of the most like outlandish cars that have ever come into this game. I really want Rockstar to actually bring more cars like this in, like proper off-roady rally based cars. It'd be insane to see like a Subaru WRX style car to come in. I know the car in Kuruma is kind of like a Mitsubishi Evo, but like a rally version of that and a rally version of like a proper Subaru would be insane. But getting back to the Brawler, it just screams fun. It screams fun, even more than the Benefactor Sterling GT and the other cars that I've mentioned. If you want to go on an off-road adventure, this is the car for you. I know you can get the Sand Kings and everything, which actually dominate the mountains and dominate the game in terms of off-roading, but this thing is quicker, it is more agile, it's a lot smaller, and in my eyes it looks a hell of a lot prettier as well. Now, many people don't really know what this is based on. If you don't really know what it is, I'll explain to you right now. It is based on the Locomotors Rally Fighter, but if you've seen Transformers 4, run about 20 minutes into it, they're actually getting into a chase sequence, and there's this big car all matted out in black, and this is the thing that is chasing them. So it's a pretty epic car. It's been in Forza Horizon 2 as well, but this version they have done the Locomotors Rally Fighter a lot of justice. It is great. The customization is great as well. As you can see with mine, I fitted it with kind of like a sky blue paint job mixed with black. We've got big dirt tyres on there as well, and speaking of tyres, we've got a tyre rack and lights, which is a very, very cool feature. And luckily the suspension is good, because this is some sheer hard bumps and putting it through around a little rallycross course. Great car, absolutely great car. So as I said, if you want to go off-road and have some fun with your friends, recommend taking this thing. Number 3. What a way to close up the year with this car. This is the final car of 2015 to come into Grand Theft Auto 5, guys. It is the Declasse Tampa, one of the most hyped cars to come back into this game. Oh mama, seriously, when they didn't release it earlier this week on like the Monday and Tuesday, I was a little bit peeved. Let's just say that. I was a little bit peeved, but it was well worth the wait, because this thing is just climbed right up to the top of my cool list. Seriously, it might not be at number 1 on my top 10 cars, but in terms of coolness, it is at the top. It is freaking amazing. Just the way I've customized this with the candy red paint job. They're actually tuner rims on this car, but it suits it very well. As I said at the start, personal preference. If you guys don't like that, then that is fine. But I do like it. But the red and the white stripes, whoa, oh my god. But anyway, this thing is based on a Dodge Demon mixed with a Dodge Dart and a Mustang GT390. You might remember it from the legendary car movie Bullet. Fantastic, fantastic movie that. I mostly love it for the car scene, just like every other petrol head out there. But anyway, getting back to the Tampa. It is returning from GTA 4, I think it was the Ballad of Gay Tony, and also San Andreas, I believe it was in as well. Although I didn't play San Andreas that much, I still had a big amount of fun with it when I did get the chance to play it. Obviously I was a little younger then, so Grand Theft Auto was kind of out of reach for me because I was a kid. But yeah, this thing is dripping with presence. It demands attention, seriously, and it deserves it because it looks absolutely fabulous. It really, really does. I mean, if I keep on saying this thing looks good, because it just does. It just does. I really like it. And I wouldn't say it's a great drift car, because I was trying to drift it in the snow, and as you can see here, I recorded this footage after the snow went away. It's a little bit better in the dry. It is a little bit better in terms of drifting in the dry, because you can hold it, as you can see here, a little bit easier to control. But if we were in the snow, you would just spin a lot, wouldn't you? Obviously, snow logic, bro. Snow logic. But yeah, apart from that, it has a rear-wheel drive drivetrain. That's what I'm trying to say. That's a tongue twister. Try and say that dead fast. It's got a 150 miles an hour top speed, so pretty fast for a muscle car. And one of the best things about this car, apart from its looks, is the supercharger wine. Now, this is the first ever supercharger wine that Rockstar have actually added into the game. And if Rockstar are watching this, please bring more in, and please add a supercharger actual option in the custom car shop. That would be insane if you could fit like a turbocharger or a supercharger on it, because I know there's a lot of people wanting superchargers. I am one of them as well, especially putting that thing on the Dukes or something. Oh my god. Oh my god, but anyway, that was the Declasse Tampa, guys. One of my favourite cars from this year and the coolest car from this year. Moving on to the second last car. Number 2. The number 2 spot was pretty damn hard to actually choose between the Declasse Tampa and the Declasse Mamba, which you're seeing right here. Both are very, very cool muscle cars. I think this one is actually classed as a sports classic. Don't get me wrong, guys, I might be wrong. But yeah, it is a freaking amazing car. This I actually requested not that long ago to Rockstar to bring in like a Shelby Cobra car, and they actually listened. I'm sure they had it in development for a while anyway, but the fact that it's actually come in is mental. The Shelby Cobra 427 is a lot of people's favourite car. I mean, it's got timeless design. I mean, it was made in the 60s, right, and it still looks modern. Also, this was probably one of the most hyped cars as well, alongside the Declasse Tampa. When everyone's seen it in the trailer for Executives and Other Criminals DLC, alongside me, I basically hit the roof with excitement, much like the Camaro as well, or the Imponte Nightshade. It was one of the best DLC cars for petrol heads in a very, very long time. I think probably the best like car pack, except from Ill-Gotten Gains Part 1 and 2, definitely this year. It is brilliant for drifting. As you can clearly see here, we're drifting around that stone man. Not stone, duh. He's an actual stone, pretending to be stone man. But it does sick burnouts, sick donuts, and it is a drifting beast. The other great thing about this is the looks and the customization as well. Now, there has actually been some cases in which you can find like altered versions of this cars. I think you can do it through like character transfer. I don't really know how to do it, but I'm pretty sure there's videos on YouTube showing you how to do it. It's got like a lower windscreen, it's got a roll cage at the back and everything. It's pretty cool variants. It is pretty cool variants. So I hope Rockstar actually add that in, just like a cool design front and that in the future. But apart from that, the arches and everything about this car, the arches, the bonnet, and the ass, which look bigger and better than Nicki Minaj's. Seriously, I mean, that's all I can say. It's a drop-dead gorgeous car with a lot of grunt as well. It has got a crazy noise from the 7-litre V8 pumping out 500 horsepower, 165 miles an hour top speed, so that's faster than the Verlier, and 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds. It's a pretty brisk vehicle, pretty brisk. I love it. I really do like it. But at the end of the day, I would just sit on this beach right now, park the car up, and just stare at it. It's just one of those cars to behold the presence of. So yeah, moving on to the final car, the number 1 GTA 5 DLC car of 2015. Although this came very close, I love the Mamba to bits, right? Same with the Declasse Tampa. The next car just stole the show. Number 1! You've been waiting for this, haven't you? To many people, the best car to come into GTA 5 in the year of 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Progen T20, aka the McLaren P1. Now, the only sum up that I can give this car is it's just pure evil. Seriously, the back lights, the butterfly doors, the engine bay, the car itself, especially in this purple, it just screams a demon of Los Santos. Seriously, forget Hunt the Beast, hunt the P1, hunt the T20, get that going. Hashtag hunt the P1. I'm only kidding, but this thing is oozing with evil, and I love that. I love it, especially in this shot right here. I'm glad I captured this. Flames spitting, godlike light coming down. I mean, I'm a nerd for all that stuff, seriously. When it comes to like the techie side of cars, like changing suspension, stuff like that, I'm not really into that side, although I do respect it for the people that are. I mean, I like it, right? I do like it, but I'm more about the aesthetics and the pure driving sensation of a car and just taking photographs. A horizon driver, that's what I class myself as, and this car lives up to that in spades. When you put your foot down on the throttle, you will always have a massive blooming gaping smile on your face. It just brings out the inner 7-year-old in you. that has been missing for a very, very long time. It's just that sort of, when you touch the gas, you're like, oh my god! Well, so every time, I don't care who you are, every time when you step in this car, if you're just driving a little bit slowly and then you just mash the throttle, you will be blown back. It is amazing. I love it. Now, underneath the bonnet, this machine has a twin-turbo 4-litre V8 pumping out 800 horsepower and has a top speed of 220 miles an hour and a 0 to 60 time of 3 seconds flat. That's pretty rapid, even for like real life as well. But an in-game car, that is pretty rapid, my friend. Pretty rapid. But this thing is also all-wheel drive, and if you've seen the video a while ago with me and Tomcat, we actually put this up against the Coil Brawler, which I mentioned previously in 4th place, and it actually won off-road. Yeah, because this thing is faster, has a lot more torque and a lot more power to actually get up the hills, and it's a lot more lighter as well, plus the all-wheel drive advantage over the rear-wheel drive Coil Brawler. And to see this thing going off-road, it was a shame battering it off the rocks and everything, but the fact that you can actually do it is mental. It's also the most expensive hyper/supercar in the game. It is $2.2 million. It is very, very pricey, but just like the Benefactor Sterling GT, it is worth the price in spades. It is a bucket full of fun. It's a bucket full of fun, makes the dollars go down. Nah, that doesn't make any sense. What am I rambling on about now? But yeah, this thing is, it's just a legend. It is just a legend. I could ramble on about it for days. It is my favourite car ever to come into GTA. It is, I can't, it's just that petrol head thing. I just adore it. I love it to death, especially with the butterfly doors, like the McLaren doors. The retractable spoiler, how could I forget that? It's a freaking retractable spoiler. When I first seen this car, I didn't know, Rockstar didn't notify us about the retractable spoiler, so when I drove it for this first time, I literally had a cargasm. I was like, oh my god, really? I like the fact that they didn't tell us, so big thank you to Rockstar for bringing in this car and all of the cars that I mentioned. This is the title car, guys. It is my favourite car to come into GTA 5 in 2015. So that is it, guys, for this top 10. I'm going to be starting to do more top 10s more frequently. Let me know in the comment section below what other GTA 5 top 10s do you want to see, and what other just general gaming top 10s do you want to see. Try and keep them GTA 5 because that's obviously what we're dedicated to. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to make this video. I just loved all of the shots and everything, getting them shots. I kind of geeked out for a brief night. I really did. I loved it. So yeah, if you have enjoyed it, guys, then a like would be much appreciated. If you could tweet this to Rockstar as well, that would be fantastic. You would be the best. And also, let me know in the comments below, as I said at the start, what is your top 10 cars to come into GTA 5 in 2015? All that's left to say now is, roll on 2016 and another year of fantastic cars in this game. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much for watching. For me and Mr. Swagged Out Raccoon, who's having fun in my newest car, the Stinger GT. Video will be coming soon. Spoiler alert. Peace.